All right, guys, it was another penny stock day on the market. When I pulled up my scans this morning, obviously I was seeing a lot more of what I saw yesterday. And if you've been following along with me or watching the markets yourself, and the stocks that I pick, you know that, hey, we're getting a lot of the same. We're getting penny stocks and just a lot of that stuff right now. Not a lot of the stocks that I particularly like. I like stocks that are above $1, between 1 and 5 right now, because I'm starting with a small account. I'm trying to build that account, and overall, it's just been really tough these last 3 days now in the market. So Monday I didn't even trade. Yesterday I traded, made $10. Today I traded, and my P&L is up a whole whopping $1.60. Not really exciting to talk about, but overall, still a green day overall, and excited for that. But wish we could be doing something a lot better than what we're getting right now. So let's go ahead, let's get into it and talk about how everything went down today. So first off, I pulled up the scans this morning, and this is what I got right away. Obviously, you can see API, one of the top ones, but the problem with API, 73 million float. This is a very high float at $6. I'm not even sure what the spread on this would have been, but 29 million in volume, up over 100%. That's obviously good. And I can't say that that I would have traded this. I did look at this stock, but it wasn't really making a big move when I was looking at my scans this morning at 7 a.m. I can't remember what exactly was. I was looking at KXIN. I was looking at MTC and Duo again. But the problem with this, Duo, is kind of this, it's kind of living off news from a few days ago. So the news isn't new. It's not anything like that. So I'm kind of like, I'm worried for, this thing could jackknife, but it actually did seem to hold up well in the morning trading. So I was a little surprised by that, but I think when it got to the open, it did drop out. I don't know. We'll look at it and kind of go through some of these and dissect a few of these stocks and the trade that I did take today. So today I took my trade on ICCT, and not the stock that I want to trade. So it's not going to be an A quality setup. And right now, to find a stock that I want is going to be tough, because look at this. Before API showed up this morning, and really that didn't fit my prerogative as well, what I was looking for. The next 4 stocks, or 3 stocks here, all penny stocks. And then you get Duo. Yes, that fits the parameters, but it just wasn't moving as much and as good as it should have. Wasn't really, I was keeping an eye on it, but it just really wasn't anything I could take a trade on. And then you get down to these other stocks, top, too high a float, not very much volume. Great price though. XIN, Chinese stock, I think. This definitely fit the parameters, but just not enough volume. And then same with the rest of these stocks, just wasn't, they had a lot of higher float on most of these stocks, except for maybe TGL. And MODV would have been possible. The price is too high for me. I really want to stay at that $5 and lower range, because it allows me to take 200 shares. At less than $5, I can take 200 shares on my trade. Well, when we start to get to $10 and above, now I got to take less than 100 shares. And, to build a $1,000 account, well, you're just not going to do that very fast if you're doing it on less than 100 shares. So my minimum would probably be 100 shares. So I don't want to take anything less than that. So, all right. So now that we have discussed what we were going to trade, the big trade was on ICCT, and I started seeing ICCT starting to curl up right in this area. It made this initial pop up and then this candle, and I thought, man, I should jump in now. And for whatever reason, I held back just a little bit, and then I filled really high, actually, right at about, I think 63 cents, actually. So very high, about at the top of this candle, actually. So the fill is terrible. And, if you know anything about penny stocks, and I've been talking about this the last yesterday and today, is that they just don't make huge moves. I mean, when we look at this, again, 55 cents, to this range right here, 64. So we're talking a 10-cent range right here. When we get to this end of the move, 61 cents to 73. So a little more than 10 cents in the move. Just you have to take huge share size. And on top of that, you look at the level 2 and it's just thick. It's so thickly traded. I mean, look at it. There's 10,000 trade buyer here, but look, we got 11,000 here, 3,000 here. I mean, this thing just doesn't move extremely quick. It gets very thickly traded. So getting in sometimes can be real easy, but sometimes getting out can be really tough. And the little profit that you do gain, well, it can evaporate real quickly, and that's not a good thing. So I decided, I decided to take a trade on it, but just not really happy with these types of stocks that we're getting right now. So I ended up filling late, and then it hung around for this thing for about a minute, and then jumped out, and I made $1.60. So made a little bit of money, not really great money. I mean, probably this might have been chewed up in fees, I guess. So was it break even? Yes, it's probably break even the basically the ECN fees and all that stuff. So, just not worth it. So now when it did make this move here, this might have been worth it. I mean, you could have got in fairly close to resist, to the bottom of this candle. So that was probably what, 2 cents. So you're talking maybe if you bought 1,000 shares, your risk is $20. And then, your upside potential is somewhere around 8 cents. So let's see here, about 8 cents. Yeah, 8 or 10 or 11 cents. So let's say it was 10 cents. So, obviously at 2 cents, that's a pretty good risk reward ratio right there. Just, it didn't come at the right time. I took the trade here, and right now I'm following my rules very tightly. I'm trying to take one trade a day. I know in the past I would take 2 trades, 1 trade. Some days I would just go all in and take 10 trades. And to be honest, if I want to be a good trader, I need to be able to take just 1 trade a day, start there, get good at that, and then eventually we're going to move up to adding more trades to my day. But right now we need to focus on doing 1 trade a day and getting good at that, spotting the right spots to get in and making those trades, and really getting good at identifying where we need to make our entry, where we need to make our exit, and then getting in and getting out. So that was the trade for the day. That's the way it went. So really quick here, we'll look at API. I just want to jump on that one and see what that looked like. I didn't really look at this particular stock today too much, but it did. Let's see, it made a move at about 6 this morning. Where were we at? 7:30 it started to pop up, but nothing real huge. Did another nice pop up here at about 8 o'clock, 7:56, and then it climbed even a little bit higher than that to 7:35 before it started to sell off. And look at that, just sold off under VWAP. Not good. Couldn't get above VWAP right there, and then we get to the end of the day, and the volume drops off with the VWAP here, the volume weighted average, and then it starts to come back up above, but on very light volume. So, not the cleanest moves, but it would be okay as far as back in here to make a few trades back at about 6 o'clock if you were able to trade at that time, or possibly up in here. But the problem with this is, when you look at this, the front side of the move, I guess you could consider this the front side of the move yet, all the way up to here, I would say. But then we start this descending right here after about 20 after 8, I would say. It just started to drop after that. So wasn't very good after that point. And as you can tell, this stock looked fairly thickly traded as well. So I think people are out there right now trying to grasp to something to trade, and it's just like, well, I can't find this and penny stocks, and I don't like penny stocks. So then I'm going to try to find the next thing to jump on, and that's kind of what happens. So I didn't look at the news on this particular stock. I think there was something on it, but I can't remember what. Anyways, that was today. So overall, when we look at my metrics for today, 1,000 shares again. So we've done 2,000. I think this is the most shares I've ever taken in any one time, but just so little gains for 1,000 shares. It's like I mean, you can imagine if I took only 100 shares, I made 16 cents. I mean, terrible. I mean, it wouldn't make very much. It's not even much now. So not enough to live off, honestly. So, but can't take it for granted. We're moving forward. We're making progress. We're having green days still. We're having green trades. So I am 100%. When it comes to trades so far this month, my P&L is really good right now, I guess you could say, because I don't have any losers. But overall, my trade to win ratio is 100%. My daily win ratio is 100%. So I can't complain there. So it is what it is, and hopefully we'll get some better trades coming up here tomorrow. So if you like to follow along with me, you can definitely do that. Let's see here. We'll change this over real quick. But if you'd like to follow along with me, you could definitely do that. You could come over to my YouTube channel, Trading with Chris. You could subscribe, hit the notifications. You can follow along with me, see all the trades I'm making. I'm trying to get on every day, share my trades. I know it ain't every day because we all got things going on. I got kids in school and all that, that stuff. But we're trying to add videos regularly here. So if you'd like to follow along, become part of the channel and do all that, definitely take that time. Come on, check it out. We'd love to have you and get into discussions with the different things that we're doing, the trades we're making, and learn how to trade. So I will see you in the next video. See you then.